him the idea that I should go up into space first, because that was coming up. So he said, yeah, it's a great idea. We'll get back to you. So we left Seattle, Los Angeles, and then COVID hit. And the year goes by, and nothing happens. There. You can hear it clearly, can't you? Like the fog over the bridge. It's not the fog, it's the phlegm. The phlegm. So, a year goes by, and I read that Bezos is going up with his brother, and a female astronaut who didn't go into space, and a young man. And so I called Jason, that's too bad. And he said, well, maybe the next flight. I said, Jason, I'm not going up second. It's like getting Kamala Harris. I don't know. Well, it's like getting the vice president when you wanted the president.
Yeah.
What's the, whoa? That's not a terrible remark, is it?
No.
Okay. So, that's it. That was it. And then one day the phone rings and they want me to go up second. I've written a book. One of my books says, say yes to life. Say yes to the joy. Say yes to new loves, new business, new experiences. Go, you hear, the cliche you're hearing once, go and have a good time. Because having a bad time is more general than having a good time. Go and have some fun somewhere. So I thought, I've written that book, I better do it. So I called him, I'll go. And so, yes, everybody agrees, you go up second. So they called me on a day and said, turn up on a Monday in this place in Texas that is tens of thousands of acres. That's all his, Jeff Bezos's land. And on his land, he has the landing pad and the few buildings. And come on a Monday. So, Monday morning, I'm there. And except for a few people, I'm the only one there. The rest of the astronauts are not there. So, well, where is everybody? So, well, they're coming tomorrow. Why am I? Somebody says, let's have some breakfast. Okay, have some breakfast. After breakfast, no, why don't we drive out to the gantry? Drive out to the gantry? Yeah, all right. So we drive out to the gantry, and we see the gantry. This spaceship is in a hangar somewhere, and it's the desert. The landing is at 4,000 feet, so it's like Denver, in effect, which is at 5,000 feet. It's high. It's a mile high, almost. What is that sound? What is it?
Child. A child laughing.
Children. Oh, children. Those are the small things. So, we're looking at the gantry, and the guy says, let's go up to the top of the gantry. It's 11 flights up there. What do I? Okay, and so get to the third flight. I'm sucking in air, and everybody else is sucking in air. And then 6, and then 9, and finally I'm at the 11th flight start. Whew, leaning on the balcony, and I'm looking at a room that has 12-inch walls of cement. And I said, about the size of this. And I said, what's that? He said, well, it's a safety room. Safety room over what? What do you need a safety room for? Well, in case something goes wrong. What goes wrong? What are you talking about? What could go wrong? Yeah, it's got some air and thing, don't worry about it. And down we go, and we get in a electric truck, what's this? the name of the truck company that he likes?
Rivian?
Ruffian?
Rivian.
Raytheon. Anyway. And off we go. And I'm thinking, what in heaven's name am I doing here a day early, going up and down to bloody Gantry, and you're now driving back to this not palatial place? And then it occurs to me, they thought, let's bring the old man in to see if he can get up 11 flights at 4,000 feet. And I passed the test.
Yeah.
I was retching at the end. Give me a coughing pill and open it up because I'm going to cough. Next day, everybody turns up and we start to rehearse. And the rehearsal is, instead of a lot of dialogue, is essentially one moment. And that is the moment of weightlessness, when you're weightless and you have to get back in your chair. Now your chair is extended, so you're about like this on in the cabin. And you're like this because of the number of gravitational forces, G-forces, on you. So in order to absorb it, you're like lying flat. But when you're in weightlessness, you're tied in first. Then they say it's weightless, and then you undo your 5-point harness, and you float out, and then you've got like 3 or 4 minutes. Getting into the chair, weightless, you have to put your feet in little toe holes, because you're floating, you have no control. Put your arm down on the chair, you go that way. So you yank your way in, you got your shoulders up, got the thing, and you're tied in for the journey down. I never did get it straight, because lying back like this and trying to get your crotch thing in there was impossible. There are a lot of jokes can be made, and I've made most of them, and I'm not going to do it. So, the day arrives, and we all go to the gantry early in the morning, and there's press, and they've warned us to go to the bathroom, because you have a bite of breakfast there, and then you have, what liquids you wish to consume. And then you're in the thing, and you're up and down, and it takes hours, and then you land, and there's press, and there's more press, and then there's more press, and there's no place to go to the bathroom. So a lot of, I'm not going to tell you how many, but many of the astronauts wore what astronauts wear, which is absorbent underwear. Because if an astronaut, in all his or her glory, hi, I'm an astronaut, and I just peed in my pants. It loses all the glamour. So I didn't wear them, but apparently everybody else did. And so now I'm sitting in walking up the gantry, and the thing is there, the tube is there, and it's outgassing from an exhaust. What's that? There's too much hydrogen, it's bleeding off a little hydrogen. Hydrogen? See, I'm from the generation who saw a lot, many times, the Hindenburg burning. And the guy who had met the Zeppelin, do you know what I'm talking about, Zeppelin?
Yep.
Light of the Night? The guy who was there saying, and now the Hindenburg is going to be tied off. So they tie off the Hindenburg like they would a ship. It's a lighter than air ship. And they tie it off, and unbeknownst to them, and for many years, unbeknownst to everybody else, static electricity went from the ground up the tie-off rope to the anodized hull of the spaceship. It was like slightly metallic aluminum sprayed on the bags of hydrogen. and a static electricity spark apparently went up the diaphragm along the metallic frame to a gas bag way in the back, very small, that had a small leak. And that spark began the conflagration of the Hindenburg. And if you remember the humanity of it all, and people are running away, burning, and that's hydrogen. And I'm passing by hydrogen being off-gassed, and I get into my seat. I'm thinking, I'd forgotten about hydrogen. And then they said, all right, we're going to begin the countdown. T-minus 20, 19, 7. Hold up. There's an anomaly. What's an anomaly? Something that doesn't belong there. Me. Then, all right, no, it's all right, we got it. Continue the countdown. T-minus 17, 16. All right, everybody. What I'm about to tell you is the God's truth. We're going to remove the gantry. Anybody who wants to get off should get off now. And I start to go, okay. No, I can't do that. I'm Captain Kirk. So I stay. And off we go. 4 or 5 G's on you. It feels like an elephant is sitting on your chest. You think, my God, I'm going to die. And then it's better. We're in weightlessness. And we unbuckle and step out of, or come out of our chairs. Now, I had seen footage of Bezos, who had made the first flight, in weightlessness. Cameras all around, of course, in the ship. So I see some footage on Jeff and the young guy. Jeff is floating in space. He's 3 or 4 feet up in the air, and he's on his stomach in the air, and his feet are pointing outwards. And the adolescent that's with him is throwing Skittles at his asshole. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to spend my time in space with like that. So when they say we have weightlessness, I made my way to the window as quickly as possible. And for some reason, I was looking out the back of the window, and I saw the submarine. I saw the spaceship acting like a submarine in the air. So there was a wake that the spaceship was forming in the blue air. Never heard anybody else discuss that. That's new. And I looked up, and I saw blackness. And I, like all of you who are obviously exalted by science fiction and space and the incredible awesomeness of the universe and the energies and the metaphysics and the physics and what's the unknown of what's going on in space and the majesty and the awesomeness of space. I am as infected as any of you. But that day, there was no exaltation. Pause a moment. I'll be right back. No apostrophe. Drinking water. I do a tap dance. I do a tap dance. You'll be happy to plot my tap dance. Just have pity. Okay.
We've all been there, Bill.
See him drinking water. So, space had no majesty there. Space was death. It was black. It was black as death. And I turned back, and there was this beige, white, blue, and I could see the beginning of the circumference of the earth. Now, when I was a kid, just out of high school, I thumbed my way all over the United States. Born in Montreal, so from Montreal, you're going to feel pity soon. From Montreal.